All right, we're here with Christian and Danielle Newsome, church planners at the Journey Church International in Lee's Summit, Missouri. And these guys did something that I think is pretty cool. They took a 2-week vacation before they launched their church. Most church planners might think that sounds crazy and sounds nuts, but the Newsomes are here to say that it was the best thing they could have done. So, Christian, Danielle, tell us a little bit about your journey to this point and why that 2-week break was so important.
Well, Paul, it's funny. It's been a year ago this week that we went to our pastor and our board at our old church and officially resigned and let them know that we were going to leave and plant a church. And beginning in September, we got incorporated as a church. And we knew last year at Labor Day that we were going to sprint really, really hard for 10 months getting this church up and ready to launch. And then we knew we were going to take a 2-week break at the end of July to spend time together as a family, to spend time sleeping, to spend time playing, to spend time resting, and just to get retooled to come back and take the final 6 weeks to start our church.
Great. And then tell me, when you went to take the break, did you feel a little like guilty with that, or were you like, thank goodness it's here? How did you make that bridge, and what were some of the benefits of that break that maybe you expected and maybe some that were unexpected?
I'll tell you, one of the greatest benefits was 6 weeks before it got here. I mean, when we got through the spring in May, I was really shot and I needed a break. And knowing that it was on the calendar, allowed me to push to the finish line of what we had to get done. It also set a nice timeline for us that we knew, we've got a hard stop where everything has to be ready so we can go on vacation. So it really sped up our schedule in that we couldn't wait till last minute because we knew we had a break in the action. And the benefits of it, I mean, in the 6 weeks leading up to vacation, really too busy to read books, too busy to read blogs, too busy to go check out videos, too busy to even think about anything other than what you were doing that day. And it took probably the 3 days leading into vacation. We questioned every day whether we were ready for it, whether we should do it. The first day on the way out, we thought, are we crazy? What if we don't have a church when we get back? Yeah. But 3 days into it, when the mind began to relax a little bit, we were able to look at each other again and look at our kids and spend time with our son who just turned 10 and our little girl who was 7. It was tremendous family time just to breathe a little bit again. And it set a tremendous precedent for our launch team to know that, hey, no matter how busy our church gets, even before we start a church, our family is going to take 2 weeks every year, turn off the phone, turn off the laptops, and we're going to come together. So it was good for our launch team to see in the busiest year of our life, we still took 2 years to take a vacation. And we told them all to go do the same thing. If you don't have a vacation slated this year, go do it. And don't worry about this church plant. You go take a vacation with your family. We'll be here when you get back. And it worked really, really well for us.
That's awesome. Danielle, talk a little bit about that as the church planner's wife and the mom to children that are going through this as well. I know that's a big sacrifice that a lot of people don't think about, and the wives sacrifice so much, and the children do too. They really do. So talk about that, how that affected you as a mom, and then also as the wife of a planner.
Well, probably any church planner's wife knows that even when her husband is there, especially in the time leading up to the church plant, he's not like 100% there with them all the time. He might be present, but he's not all present a lot of times just because of the busyness of everything going on. And for us as a family to get to go on vacation and for really both of our minds to start to relax and unwind and kind of put our cares and our worries aside, it just provides for really great time for your family to get to reconnect together. And especially our kids know when we go on vacation, we're not having our laptops out all the time. We don't have our cell phones really with us most of the time. We're unplugging. Mm-hmm. And our kids are old enough now where they start to talk about that. And they say, now you're not bringing your cell phone, right? And you're not going to be on your computer all the time, right? And they just really look forward to that time with us. It's a great time as a family. We do kind of new and different things every year. This year we started playing like Uno and card games together. And it's just a great time to talk as a family and to reconnect. And, probably our main goal is that we want to build a healthy family while we build a healthy church. And if we get to the end of this whole church planning journey and we don't have a healthy family and our family isn't connected the way it should be, then really, in my eyes, it would have all been for nothing. So it's really something that I think the wife especially has to help make a priority. And the way you look at it is like your tithe. Like, you don't ever think about spending your tithe because, that's designated to God. It's just off limits. And I think you have to look at some of your time, your vacations, your break times the same way. It's like a tithe, just plan it and do it.
This is fantastic. And I've been working with church planners for a long time and pastors even longer. And Danielle, you said it best. What was it? You got to keep have a healthy family so you can plan a healthy church. And gosh, the first thing that people neglect is the planner neglects his wife and the family, and it just trickles down. You just can't. It's just not how God wants it to be. So I thank you guys. I applaud you guys. I hope that people will take your advice. And man, I cannot wait to see what God does with Journey Church International and Lee Summit. Things are already crazy good for you guys. Your preview services are just, people are showing up, and it's great. I know you guys are excited. So I pray for you guys. I pray for your marriage, that God would draw you close to Him and He would draw you close to each other. And then God will draw people to Himself. So thank you so much for your time.
Appreciate it, Paul. Thanks, man.